Can you imagine planning a rocket launch with a spreadsheet? Or building a skyscraper with sticky notes? Sounds chaotic, right? Now think about your project sprints. Those tightly packed bursts of focused work, aiming for a specific goal within a fixed time frame. Are you managing them with a tool that feels like a rocket launch pad built from, well, spreadsheets and sticky notes? You're probably thinking, okay, a bit dramatic, but I get the point. We're talking about sprints, those crucial engines of agile development. And the burning question on everyone's mind is, can Asana, the sleek, collaborative work management platform, actually handle them? We've all been there, right? You're juggling tasks, deadlines, and team members, trying to keep everything aligned and moving forward. You're using Asana for your general project management, but those sprints, they feel different. They demand a level of precision and flexibility that makes you wonder if Asana is truly up to the task. You might be asking yourself, is Asana just a glorified to-do list? Or can it actually be a powerful sprint management tool? Let's break it down. We're not just going to give you a simple yes or no. We're going to dive deep, explore the nuances, and show you how to leverage Asana to its full potential for sprint management. First, let's acknowledge the elephant in the room. Asana isn't explicitly designed as a dedicated sprint management tool like Jira. It doesn't have built-in features like sprint planning boards, burn-down charts, or velocity tracking in the same way. But does that mean it can't handle sprints? Absolutely not. Asana's strength lies in its flexibility. It's a blank canvas that you can customize to fit your specific needs. And when it comes to sprints, that flexibility can be a major advantage. You're not locked into a rigid workflow. You can adapt Asana to your team's unique process. So how do you do it? Let's start with the basics. Setting up your sprint project. You'll want to create a dedicated project for each sprint. This keeps everything organized and prevents clutter. Use a naming convention that clearly identifies each sprint, like Sprint 1, User Login Feature, or Sprint 2, Mobile App Integration. Next, let's talk about sections. Sections are your best friend when it comes to visualizing your sprint workflow. Think of them as the columns on a Kanban board. You can create sections like Backlog, To Do, In Progress, Review, and Done. This allows you to easily track the progress of each task throughout the sprint. Now, let's get into the tasks themselves. Each task should represent a specific user story or piece of work. Make sure to include a clear description, acceptance criteria, and any relevant attachments. You can also use custom fields to add more detail, such as story points, priority, and assignee. Speaking of story points, this is where Asana's custom fields really shine. You can create a custom number field for story points and assign them to each task. This allows you to track the team's velocity and estimate the amount of work that can be completed in each sprint. But what about sprint planning? Well, Asana allows for effective sprint planning using sections and custom fields. You can use a dedicated section for your sprint backlog and prioritize tasks based on their story points and value. During your sprint planning meeting, you can drag and drop tasks from the backlog into the To-Do section, effectively planning your sprint. Now, let's address the elephant in the room: burn-down charts and velocity tracking. Asana doesn't have these built in, but that doesn't mean you can't track them. You can use Asana's API to export your data into a spreadsheet or a dedicated reporting tool. This will allow you to generate burn-down charts and track your team's velocity. Alternatively, you can use Asana's Progress tab to get a visual overview of your sprint's progress. While it's not a burn-down chart, it provides a quick snapshot of completed and remaining tasks. Another key aspect of sprint management is communication. Asana excels in this area. You can use task comments to discuss specific tasks, tag team members, and attach relevant files. This keeps all communication in one place and prevents information silos. And don't forget about Asana's powerful automation features. You can use rules to automate repetitive tasks, such as assigning tasks to team members, updating task status, and sending notifications. This can save you a significant amount of time and effort. Let's talk about some specific use cases. Imagine you're a software development team. You can use Asana to manage your sprints by creating a project for each sprint, using sections to represent your workflow, and using custom fields to track story points and priority. You can also use Asana's API to export your data and generate burn-down charts. Or let's say you're a marketing team. You can use Asana to manage your campaign sprints by creating a project for each campaign, using sections to represent your workflow, and using custom fields to track campaign metrics and deadlines. You can also use Asana's calendar view to visualize your campaign schedule. The key is to adapt Asana to your specific needs. Don't be afraid to experiment with different workflows and custom fields. Find what works best for your team and stick with it. Now let's address some common concerns. Some people argue that Asana is too simple for sprint management. They say it lacks the advanced features of dedicated sprint management tools. But the truth is, Asana's simplicity can be a major advantage. It's easy to use, it's flexible, and it's customizable. Others argue that Asana is too expensive for sprint management. They say that dedicated sprint management tools are more cost-effective. But when you consider the cost of integrating multiple tools, Asana's all-in-one approach can actually save you money. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.